Hello and welcome to Pabbly Connect. In this video, we are going to explore the newly released feature of Pabbly Connect, that is custom variable. Using this custom variable feature, you can create customized variable in your Pabbly Connect account, and you can use those variables across any workflow which you create in your Pabbly Connect account. Now, in any field, in any workflow, you can enter that custom variable, and whatever value you have entered for those custom variable, that particular value will be added in place of that while executing that step. Also, using Pabbly Connect Manager, you can create, update, or delete or get the value of custom variable as well. So what is this custom variables feature, how you can use it, and how it actually works? We will see all of that in this video. So let's start. As you can see, I have created a simple workflow in my Pabbly Connect account where we have selected webhook as a trigger, and from webhook, we are getting just a simple response of first name, last name, and email. After that, I want to add these responses into the Google Sheets. So I have connected my Google Sheets account, selected the spreadsheet and sheet, and I have all of these columns over here. Now to explore the custom variable feature, what we have to do, we will go to the settings section of our Pabbly Connect account. After coming to the settings section, here you can see variables, just go to variables. After coming to the variables page, here you can see a list of all the variables which you have created. Here under custom variables, by clicking on add variables, you can create your customized variables, and also Pabbly Connect offers some already pre-generated system variables. If you want, you can use the system variables in your workflow as well. So let's read the points to remember first. The first point over here is custom variable are beneficial when you need to insert identical data into multiple workflows. So when you have to enter the same data in multiple workflows, you can basically use this custom variable. You can create a custom variable for that data and insert it anywhere. Then the second point is multiple custom variable can be created at a global account level scope. So if you are creating multiple custom variable, it will be applicable into your whole account. So you can use those custom variables in any workflow, in any step in your own Pabbly Connect account. You can modify variable data for custom variables from within your workflow. So as I told you, using Pabbly Connect Manager action, there is an action event using which you can modify the data, modify the value of the custom variables which you are creating. So you can basically refer to all of these important points. If you want to learn more about custom variables, just click on this learn more button and it will take you to this page on our forum. At this page, you will find a complete documentation of custom variable over here. You will see each and every feature, how you can use it, what are the points to remember, what are the features it offers, all of that. So you can refer to this documentation as well. But right now, we'll just start creating the custom variables. But before creating the custom variables by ourselves, first let's explore the system generated variables which Pabbly Connect has created. So here in Pabbly Connect, you can see 20 system generated variables are pre-created. So what are these variables? These variables are to insert date and time. So here we have the first variable, that is this gc underscore current underscore date underscore time. If you add this custom variable in any action step, in any field, it is going to print the current date time value in UTC time zone. So at that time, date and time at which the action step will be executed, it is going to enter that value, that date and time according to UTC time zone in this format. Then here we have the GC current date time plus 3M. It is going to print the final date time value after adding time in minutes to the current time. Example shows the addition of 3 minutes to current time. You can add or subtract any number of minutes. Example this. So guys, here what you can do using this custom variable, if you want to add some time, let's say if you want to add 10 minutes to the current time, to the time at which this step is executed, then what you have to do, you can use this custom variable and at last you can enter plus 10 or minus 10. If you want to add the time, you can enter plus and enter the time in minutes, that how many minutes of time you want to add. Or if you want to subtract the time, if you're going to get a date and time before some time, then you can add a minus and enter the number of minutes leading with M, that how many number of minutes before time you want to receive. So you can use this custom variable for that. So if you use it, you can basically avoid the step of using date time formatter, modifying time or adding some minutes or some hours over there. The next system generate variable that we have is PC Unix timestamp. It is going to print the current time in Unix timestamp format. So if you want to add the date and time in timestamp format, you can use this custom variable. The next one is PC UTC timestamp now. So it is going to print the current time according to UTC time zone in timestamp format. The next one is the local timestamp. This particular system generated variable is going to actually print that time according to our local time zone, according to time zone of our Pabbly Connect account, but in timestamp format. The next one is the UTC time zone. So this is a normal date and time format which is going to print the current date and time according to UTC time zone. And we have the same format of current date and time, printing current date and time in local time zone as well. So in this way, you can see up to 20 system generated variables for different things. You have the system variable to add the current date in local time zone and in UTC time zone. You have an option to enter yesterday's date or last month's date as well. You have the system variables to do that. You can enter yesterday's date or last month date. If you want to add the workflow step ID, the step ID of that particular step, you have this option, the system variable of workflow step ID. If you want to enter some kind of random hex encrypted values, you have this option too. If you want to print true or false value, you can have Boolean system variables to enter true or false value by default. If you want to enter some kind of blank space or skip, if you want to enter the blank space to keep the field blank, parameter blank, you can add this blank system variable. If you want to enter space between some text, you can use the space system variable, or if you want to skip the field, you can use the skip system variable. At last, you have these two system variables. So if you're using Pabbly Connect's developers platform to integrate application, you can use these two system variables as well. This is PC skip field with parent. So if you want to remove the object from the raw JSON if child fields are blank, you can use this particular system variable. It is used in app developers platform of Pabbly Connect. Like as I told you, it is used in developers platform. And we have another one which is PC skip field. So if you want to remove a key value from the raw JSON if the fields are blank, then in that case, you can use this system variable. So these were the 20 system variables offered by Pabbly Connect. But as we discussed, you can create custom variables as well. So we'll come to this custom variable section, and adding a custom variable is very simple. For example, just click on this add variable button and we will be adding a custom variable named as company name or owner name. So we have given this variable a name. Now naming a variable is also having a rule that the variable name should start with an alphabet and cannot contain special character. So you can't add special characters like underscore or @ in variable name, and it must enter with the text. It must enter with an alphabet. After that, if you want, you can add numbers after that. But I have given this variable a name as owner name, and the variable data should be, for example, dummy. So the variable data will be the value, or in owner name, I can enter the name of the company as, for example, Pabbly Connect. I can do that. You can basically enter any value, any variable data over here. This means whenever I'm going to enter this variable in any step, in any field, in any workflow in my Pabbly Connect account, this data, this value will be entered in place of that. So we have entered the variable name and variable data. Now let's click on add. As we click on add, this custom variable is now successfully added in our Pabbly Connect account. And now you can see this custom variable over here. This is the variable owner name and this is the variable data. You can see the created date and time and last updated date and time, that when this variable value or data was updated last. Now let's try using these custom variables and system variables as well. So we'll get back to the simple workflow which we have created between webhook and Google Sheet. So we are getting some data from webhook like first name, last name and email, and we will be adding these data into our Google Sheet in these columns over here. So what we are going to do, we will just one by one map all the details, or what we can do, we will be using the system variables as well to enter data in this field. So in this Google Sheet, I have added some columns like added data and time, where we will be adding the current data and time using system variable. We will be adding the timestamp of current date and time. We will be adding the workflow step ID. We will be also be adding some Boolean true or false value. We have created a custom variable. We will be seeing how you can use that custom variables and some other variables as well. So let's do this. Here in name, I want to mention the first name and the last name which I am receiving from webhook. So what we can do, we will be just simply using the process of mapping. We are going to map the first name. Then I want to add a space between first name and last name. Either you can directly add a space or you can use the system variable of space as well. So we have the system variable of space, just copy the system variable and you can paste it over here. And after pasting this system variable is added. So we have added the space after first name. Now I will be mapping the last name over here. After this, it is asking us for the email. So here in email, I want to mention the email, map the email which I have received from webhook. Then we have this column of added date and time, where we will be entering the date and time, that at what date and time we are adding this data in our Google Sheet. So we had a system variable to add current date and time. So we are having multiple system variables to add current date and time, either in UTC time zone or in local time zone. Let's say I want to add the current date and time according to my local time zone in this format of month, day, year, hours, minutes, and AM, PM. So I will be using this system variable. Just copy the system variable from here and then paste it in this field where you want to add current date and time. So we have added the variable, system variable of adding current date and time in local time format. Then after that, it is asking us timestamp. So we want to add the timestamp, that at what timestamp we are adding this date and time. We are going to enter the time in timestamp format. So we have this variable, system variable, to add local timestamp. So let's copy the system variable from here and paste it over here. So we are going to enter current date and time in timestamp format. Then we have this workflow step ID. So we had the custom variable of workflow step ID. You can copy this workflow step ID from here and then paste it over here. You can, after copying the system variable, just paste it and it is going to automatically enter the workflow step ID. Then we had the boolean. So if you want, you can just copy this boolean for true and then we are going to paste it over here. So it is going to enter true in place of that. Then we have owner name. So just now we have created a custom variable named as owner name. The value of that custom variable was Pabbly Connect. We have just kept the value as very short, but if you want, you can create large data. In the variable data, you can enter large values as well. So I'm using this custom variable named as owner name, which we have created. We have just copied the custom variable and we have pasted it. Now, in any workflow, in any step, in any field in my Pabbly Connect account, I'm going to enter owner name in double curly braces. I'm going to enter this variable, this custom variable. It is going to enter the value named as Pabbly Connect. It is going to enter this variable data in place of that. At last, we are having others. So let's keep this field blank for now. Let's click on save and send test request. Now, when we click on save and send test request, all of this data is been added in our Google Sheet. And after adding this data, we are getting this response. So without any further delay, let's check our Google Sheet. We'll go to the Google Sheets. And yes, here you can see this data is now added in our Google Sheets over here. Here you can see the name of the user. So we have basically received the first name and last name, but between that, we have added the system variable of space. So here you can see the space between first name and last name. Then we have mapped the email address. Then we have added the date and time. We have added the system variable of local date and time. And here you can see the local date and time in this particular format. Then we have added the variable of timestamp. So here you can see the current date and time in timestamp format is also added over here in the same column, in the same field. Then we have added the step of workflow step ID. We have added the system variable of workflow step ID. So the step ID of this particular step which we are performing is also added over here. Then after workflow step ID, we have added a boolean of true over here. So you can see the true is added, true value is added. And we have created a custom variable named as Pabbly Connect. So here you can see we have entered this custom variable over here. And the data which we have created for this custom variable, that same data is added in place of that custom variable. So in this way, you can basically use system variables or you can create custom variables according to your choice in your Pabbly Connect workflow. And you can use those variables across multiple workflows and multiple fields, all the workflows, all the fields of your Pabbly Connect account. Now, after learning about the system variables, custom variables, how you can create the custom variables, let's see how you can update the custom variables directly from your workflow. So to update these custom variables, either you can click on these three dots. You have three options: update, view log, and delete. You can click on this update button and update the variable data from here. Or if you want to automatically update the data from some automation workflow which you have created, you can do that too. So for that, you have to use Pabbly Connect Manager. So we'll just scroll down, click on this Add Actions tab button, and we will see how using Pabbly Connect Manager, you can manage the custom variables over here. So after adding an Actions tab, we'll be just searching for Pabbly Connect Manager, just select it. And after selecting it, in action event from this drop down, here you can see at last there are three different action events. Create or update custom variable. As you can guess, you can create or update the value, the data of the custom variable using this action. Either if you want to get the data of a custom variable and add it somewhere, you can use this action step of get custom variable data. And at last you have this delete custom variable particular step, action step as well. So let's start with create or update custom variable. Now I have selected this action event, just click on connect, select add new connection, and we have to connect our Pabbly Connect Manager account with Pabbly Connect. In this action to connect, we have to enter the token, the API token of our Pabbly Connect account. And as you all know, getting the API token is very simple. Just go to this API and webhook section of your Pabbly Connect account settings and copy the API token from here. Go back to your workflow and in this connection window, just paste it and click on save. And as we click on save, our Pabbly Connect Manager account is connected in this action step. After making the connection, the first thing it asks us is custom variable name. That what is the name of the custom variable which we want to create or update. Let's say I want to create a custom variable named as customer email. So this is the name of my custom variable. By this name, I want to create a custom variable in my Pabbly Connect account. So I have entered that name. Then it is asking us custom variable data, that what is the data you want to enter in place of this custom variable. Let's say I want to enter this data which I have received from webhook. So I'm entering or mapping that webhook. So just for the testing purpose, I have mapped the email address received from webhook. Now let's click on save and send test request. And after doing that, here you can see this custom variable is now created in our Pabbly Connect account. We will go to the variable settings section. We will just refresh this section once. And yes, here you can see after owner name, a new custom variable is created by the name of customer email, the same name which we have given over here. And the variable data is the same email address which we have mapped over here. So either you can map the data or you can manually enter some data over here too. So in this way, you can create a new variable, or if you want, you can update the variable data as well. Like we have entered the variable name. Right now, the variable data was this email address. Now I want to change the variable email. For example, I want to update the variable data to this email address. So if you enter the variable name of an existing variable, enter update the value, variable data value, and click on save and send test request, then we will see that the variable data will automatically update it. So here you can see in response, we have the old data. The old variable data was this email address, this data, and the new variable data is this. And here you can see after refreshing this page, the settings page as well, we will see the same thing over here. Now the variable data is updated. So using Pabbly Connect Manager, you can add the Pabbly Connect Manager action step in your workflows, and using it, you can create the custom variables or update the custom variable data. Then after that, we have the next action, that is get custom variable data. You can select this action, click on connect, select the existing connection, just connect your Pabbly Connect Manager account. And after this, if you have created multiple custom variables, here in this drop down, you will get a list of all the custom variables which you have. Like right now, we have 2 custom variables. We can see both of them over here. So from here, you can select the custom variable whose data you want to get. Or if you want, you can get the data of multiple custom variables as well. Like the help text says, you can select multiple custom variable, example variable 1, comma variable 2. You don't need to format the variable as this in double curly braces. So what you can do, you can just turn on the mapping button in front of it, and by adding comma separated variable names, you can enter or you can get the data of multiple custom variables. So like for example, we have entered the name of this first variable, owner name. Then we are going to enter the name of the second variable whose data we want to get after the comma. But you don't have to enter the name in double curly braces. You can just enter the simple variable names over here by separated by commas, and click on save and send test request. And when we do that, here you will see in response, we will get the data of all the custom variables which we have added. So here you can see that we have the data of the first variable, we have the variable name and its data. Then we have the second variable name which we have added after comma, and we have the data of second variable too. So in this way, using get custom variable data, you can get the data of a single variable or of the multiple variables too. Then after that, the last action step that we have is delete custom variable. And as you can guess, using this action event, you can delete the custom variable which you have created. Let's say I want to delete this custom variable of customer email. So I've selected it, or you can turn on the mapping button and write the name of custom variable too. And after that, just click on save and send test request. And as we click on save and send test request, it is showing us that the variable has been successfully deleted. So we'll get back to the settings section. We refresh this custom variables page once. And yes, here you can see the custom variable of customer email which we have created is now deleted. So in this way, this was the complete custom variable section, variable settings, this feature of Pabbly Connect which was recently released. You can refer to the help text document mentioned over here as we have discussed to refer more or to know more about these custom variables. You can use system variables in any step in any workflow of your account, or you can create the custom variable and use that too. Also using Pabbly Connect Manager, you can create, update, delete or get the data of the custom variables which you have created as well. So I hope this video was helpful to you. This is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.